Christ! Yes!
Hey, what's up guys? I'm Justin.
And I'm Stephanie with AmericanMuscle.com, and we've got an episode of Hot Lap for you guys that's full of some really cool segments. We got to spend a weekend down at Maple Grove Raceway for the NMRA Ford Nationals.
But first, check out a very cool Boss 302 build that we recently did for a customer named Gary, and probably one of the craziest ride-alongs I've ever been on. Check it out. In the shop with me today, I have Gary and his beautiful 2013 Boss 302. Gary, thanks for bringing the car in, man.
Not a problem, thank you.
So what's going on with this thing, man? Obviously, it's probably hard not to enjoy this thing day in and day out, but like many other owners, it's time to take this thing under the knife, right?
Definitely. Fell in love with the power right away. I mean, 13 Boss, you know, it was the fastest car I had, you know, right from the get-go, but just like everybody, after so long, it wasn't enough anymore.
I need more.
I needed more.
That's right. Well,
Yeah.
Is this your first Mustang, or have you had a few?
Nope, this is actually my 7th one.
7th Mustang, that's awesome, man. And your favorite right now, and by far?
Oh, by far.
Yeah.
By far,
Nice.
yeah, definitely.
Very cool. Where is the car lacking in your opinion right now? I mean, obviously this thing's awesome for a lot of people out there, but like you said, you could always have more, and what are you really looking for?
One of my biggest gripes with it is axle hop.
Okay.
It was horrible. I took it to the track. On the stock Pirelli's, you know, horrible just to begin with, but the axle hop, it just sat there. Bah, bah, bah. I'm like, yep, I'm not going anywhere.
All right, well, we could definitely do some stuff for that. And power-wise, you're always looking for a little bit more there,
Oh
too.
yeah, gotta go long tubes. I definitely want to keep the H-pipe with the side exhaust.
Okay.
Second day, I tore the baffles out of that, and I'm like,
Boy.
oh, this is so much better.
Absolutely.
Fell in love with it. I gotta keep it, so I'm definitely going with the
Dude,
Cooks.
yeah,
H-pipe.
absolutely. You've already got a pretty long list of parts for us to install here, don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, just a little bit.
All right, yeah, because I know we're going to do the long tubes for you, Cooks
Yep.
in mid-pipe.
Yep.
Got a competition catback
MagnaFlow,
from
yeah.
MagnaFlow, and we got a host of other parts to throw on this thing as
Yeah,
well.
that's the tip of the iceberg.
All right, there we go. So we got some stuff under the hood, we got some stuff underneath the car. We got our work cut out for us, so why don't you get
sure
out of
do.
here? I know, man, I know you want to hear this thing rip, but we got to
yeah.
do some work on this thing first. So get on out of here, we'll get to work, and then
All
we'll
right.
bring you back in a little bit.
Thanks a lot.
All right, man. All right, guys, let's start under the hood here with Gary's Boss, where we have some of the easier to install parts with this build. Now, first up, he wanted to ditch the factory air box, replace it with one of the industry leaders, JLT Performance. So we have their cold air in place now, designed to work specifically with the taller Boss 302 intake manifold. And as you can see, guys, it really does fit like a glove. This is going to be an awesome choice, too, for my fellow S197 GT owners out there who might be thinking about replacing their factory intake manifold and going with the Boss 302 option for some of those top-end gains. And you want an affordable intake that's going to perform very well and fit without modification. Sticking with the intake side of things, we also installed the 85mm BBK throttle body. Now, by itself, it's not going to set the world on fire in terms of overall gains, but along with all of the other parts we did here for Gary's ride, it should help add to that final number. Now, a few things I like about this. Again, super easy install here. You don't have to repin the sensor like some of your other throttle body options using the Boss stuff. Made in the USA construction, and it does utilize the Ford OEM electronics. So you're not going to be chasing any weird electrical gremlins down the road, and it should operate exactly like an OE part. All right, guys, this is just the tip of the iceberg, but let's get Gary's Boss up in the air, and we'll show you where a majority of our time and efforts went on his ride. Let's start underneath the car with two of my favorite parts with Gary's Boss, and that is the Cooks 1 7/8" long tube headers made into the Cooks catted H-pipe that does still retain the iconic Boss style side pipes. Now guys, this is just a killer combination. From the looks down to the performance, you really can't go wrong here. Cooks definitely knows their thing about making quality exhaust components, and that's definitely true right here looking at their long tubes. The quality of craftsmanship, welds, everything is top notch as you might expect. But looks aside, this is about performance here, and these should definitely help uncork some pretty serious gains with Gary's Boss. But again, you will need to tune for these guys. And finally, we have to talk about the sound. Now, some of our customers have actually pointed out with the Cooks combination, their Boss finally sounds like a Boss, and it's something you're really just not going to be able to get enough of. So, especially when you pair it up with this. Come on back. Now, Gary wanted to leave no stone unturned when it came to the exhaust system on his Boss 302, so he replaced his factory catback with a brand new 3-inch MagnaFlow competition system. I don't know if Gary just hates his neighbors or if he's a big fan of aggressive exhaust systems, because this thing is certainly going to deliver. Listen up. with that super aggressive tone coming from the Cooks and MagnaFlow combination, the 3-inch mandrel bent tubing going through those straight through competition series mufflers should help the exhaust move freely through the system and free up some additional gains. All right guys, well I was so excited about Gary's new exhaust setup that I blew right past the aluminum one-piece drive shaft from the drive shaft shop that we installed, along with the BMR safety loop up front here. Now this is just one of those parts, whether it be carbon fiber, aluminum, whatever, that's gonna offer a ton of benefits whether you're on the street or at the drag strip. From the obvious strength improvements over the factory 2-piece drive shaft, down to the weight savings as well, that's just gonna make the car feel like it's pulling through the gears a lot quicker. All right guys, well that's gonna cover most of the Go Fast or performance parts we have here with Gary's Boss, but we also did a good amount of suspension work for him, in addition to some parts that's really gonna help him put that newfound power down to the ground. Let's first start off with the Whiteline Performance adjustable panhard bar and support brace. Now besides being able to get the rear axle centered underneath the car very easily thanks to the on-car adjustability, the added rigidity of that support brace will actually help stiffen up the rear end a little bit, eliminate any lateral movement of our rear axle, and just help the car feel a little bit more composed and stable at the limit. With the lateral movement pretty much taken care of, it's time to address the front to back movement of Gary's rear axle. And again, we have an army of parts from Whiteline at his request. We're starting off with these rear lower control arms, adjustable of course, and their relocation brackets. Now these should really help increase the traction, help the rear end feel a little bit more planted in turns and on hard launches, and should help eliminate any wheel hop he may have experienced in the past. And with these relocation brackets, well, these are just gonna help correct the geometry of his rear lower control arms and help increase his traction even further. Rounding out our parts from Whiteline, guys, we have their rear upper adjustable control arm and mount or bracket. Now, if you remember, we did the one-piece aluminum drive shaft from the drive shaft shop, and we have to be mindful of our pinion angle. Not really a huge issue when you have that factory 2-piece drive shaft, but once you lower the car, you throw on a 1-piece drive shaft, you really have to be mindful of that. Now the best and really only way to adjust this, guys, is by adding one of these rear upper control arms. Again, that's exactly what we did here with Gary's Boss. And besides allowing us to adjust his pinion angle within spec, it's also going to further help solidify the rear axle on Gary's Boss, increase his traction along with the rest of the parts we have from Whiteline Performance. You're going to be looking at 4130 chromoly steel for the bones of this stuff, loaded with Whiteline's proprietary synthetic elastomer bushings. These things are going to perform like a poly bushing or even like a rod end bearing, but without all that unwanted noise, vibration, and harshness. And the best part is, guys, these things are totally maintenance free, meaning you're never going to have to grease them for the life of the bushing itself. Now this is pretty much going to cover everything underneath the car. We do have one more part to talk about. We're going to get Gary in here, talk about his Boss a little bit more, and go for a spin. Now what would a suspension build be if we didn't tackle some kind of lowering spring? Now Gary wanted to lower his Boss a little bit, but he didn't want to sacrifice ride quality and he didn't want to struggle with his driveway or speed bumps. So he selected the Steeda Sport competition lowering springs that were designed specifically for the Boss 302. Now these things are going to offer a very mild drop here, guys. In fact, less than an inch all around, but with the firmer spring rate, that slightly lower center of gravity, it should help Gary and his already capable Boss 302 no matter what he throws at it. All right, guys, well, we got Gary back in the shop here. We got his Boss, of course. We've been working hard on this thing the last few days, installed a ton of parts. I think you're really gonna be happy with this thing, especially the sound, because I know you wanted something loud.
Oh yeah.
Your neighbors are definitely gonna hate you now.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
All right, cool.
That's a good trade-off.
That's all right. Good stuff. Let's talk some numbers, man. So baseline pull, 387, 333 was, again, your baseline numbers with this thing. Might seem a little low to some of you guys at home. Done on our Mustang dyno, so technically they read a little lower than some other stuff. Afterwards though, 417, 353, so peak gains of 30 horsepower, 20 pound-feet of torque, and huge gains under the curve as well. You know, it's fun to talk about dyno numbers, but you really gotta see how this thing drives, man.
Seat of your pants.
That's right. So we're gonna get this thing out of the shop here, because I know this guy's dying to hear this thing in action. So let's get you out on the road and go for a blast.
Do it.
All right. We gotta run, there you go. Yeah, that's right, I forget, this is the first time you're starting this thing. Oh, I love it. It's a good way to test out these new parts, right?
Oh, yeah.
Make sure those tires are nice and warm first
Yeah,
for our
for
drive.
later on, yeah.
For scientific purposes.
Oh, of course.
As loud as it is outside of the car, it's pretty reasonable inside the car.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not at all.
The wife might not hate it as much as I thought she was going to.
Feel pretty good.
Oh, Jesus, yes.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes!
Dude, banging the gears though, the rear end felt so solid, didn't it?
was planted. Wheel hop gone.
So mission accomplished
Oh,
right
definitely.
there, right?
Oh, my God.
Nice, dude. Nothing like the smell of burning rubber.
Oh,
you know?
you love it.
The music of this motor, just, oh my God.
I don't need to eat. I can just...
So, dude, what do you think? I mean, like, this is our inaugural run here in this beast, and
I can't.
What are your impressions?
I can't believe it.
yeah?
I know I said I'd watch my mouth, but I love it.
Oh, dude, hey, well, that's the kind of reaction we're looking for, man. The sound right away, right? Night and day.
I can't believe it.
So it's like the Boss on steroids now, essentially,
Oh my
right?
God, yes.
You and I both know what the roads are like around here.
Horrible.
Terrible.
Yep.
And as much as you want to go a little lower, you made the smart move. Did a mild
I
drop.
want to save my chin spoiler in the underside of my car.
And all those pretty parts we just installed for you,
I
right?
just put a crap ton of money into exhaust. I don't need to tear it up right away.
Right, yeah, I'm with you. It's nice not to have any more wheel hop too, huh?
It's amazing. I can't wait to get this thing to the track with my Mickeys on it. I almost feel bad shifting at 3,000. I just
Hey, I'm
want
not
to
telling
wind
you
it.
you need to. You can ring it up if you want. Matter of fact, why don't you just drop this thing down the second and hammer on it?
Jesus Christ!
Yes! Nicely done, dude. There you go.
Oh my God, I should be going to jail right now.
That's all right. That's the speed limit on this road.
Oh yeah, of course.
So overall, the car feels pretty planted, huh?
Oh yeah.
Nice. Dude, it sounds intoxicating, man. Just cannot get enough of that.
And that's $4,000. That is $4,000. That's fine.
Oh, I'm loving it. I am loving it.
I can't believe this. It's like it's a brand new freaking car.
Really? So it's that much of a difference
It
for
is
you.
that big of a difference. Like the car's never felt that solid, ever.
Just planted.
Yeah, I mean, even driving on the street with the Mickeys and the race stars,
Okay.
didn't feel that planted.
So there you go, man. You got the lower control arms, the upper, you know, the relocation brackets, obviously all that stuff helping you out.
And hard bar support.
Oh yeah. Dude, we went to town on this thing.
It's a completely different animal. Oh yeah.
Nice. So overall, mission accomplished, right? We got rid of your wheel hop.
with a huge exclamation point.
We turned this thing on its head when it comes to sound, right?
Oh, I can't believe it.
And you even got your matching sunglasses. just
Got
for
the
sun.
matching sunglasses.
Well, Gary, I want to say thank you for letting us work on this beautiful machine, man.
I want to thank you guys. Oh
Hey.
my God.
Believe me, it's not every day we get to turn a few wrenches on a car like this. So thanks so much again. Be safe in this thing. Enjoy the hell out of it.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Hey guys, this episode I'm not just bringing you a single product, but an entire brand instead that we're excited to offer here at AmericanMuscle.com. I'm talking about Gibson, and Gibson makes catbacks for the S550, including the GT, the V6, and the EcoBoost. They're all stainless steel, they all have a direct bolt-on design, and they come with an option of either stainless tips or black tips. The one that I have with me here is for a GT, and it's got the black tips and the CFT Superflow mufflers. Actually, all of Gibson's products have the CFT Superflow mufflers, which give a mix of volume and rasp for an aggressive sound. And here's a sound clip of this catback on our 2015 GT. Gibson's products tend to be on the more budget-friendly side of things. They're all coming in under $1,000, and they all have the ideas of a simple bolt-on install, opening up exhaust flow for both sound and power gains, and a high-quality construction with a limited lifetime warranty. If you guys are interested, you can always head over and check them out more for yourselves. And keep your eyes peeled for F-150 exhaust options from Gibson coming soon.
Well, What's up, guys? Justin and Stephanie coming to you from a very frigid Maple Grove Raceway here for the 16th annual Ford Motorsports Nationals, the third leg of the 2016 NMRA Series. We're really excited to be here to show you some really awesome races, some pretty cool Mustangs. And AM's glad to be here because we brought some of our toys out.
We're also happy to be here because this year we're sponsoring the NMRA All-Female Shootout. I'm really excited to see some of these ladies race this weekend.
Let's get to it.
All right, guys, so we're here with Valerie, and I'm actually really excited to talk to her. She's one of the people that I was most looking forward to speaking with today out here at this event. She actually races in the Renegade class, and would you mind telling us a little bit about your car?
Sure, it's a 2005 Mustang. It was built in Chicago by Sutton Ford. We have a 360 cubic inch small block Ford pushrod setup in it with an F1A Pro Charger.
How much horsepower do you think this thing has in it?
I would say between 11 and 1200 right now.
So what are your goals for this weekend as far as time slips?
For this weekend, I'd really like to go some 770s, maybe even 760s. Last race, I was going 780s, which 780 is my best so far.
She's badass. All right, we got Valerie right here. She just did her burnout. We'll see where she's at. All right, guys, so we caught back up with Valerie after her first and only qualifying pass. It looked great to me. It looked like your car just hooked and went. How do you feel about it?
I feel really good about it. It's actually my best hit ever. And to come off the trailer and do that, it was kind of unexpected, but I'm really excited about it. When a 776 at 175, almost 176. So I'm really happy about it.
Okay, well, awesome. Thanks again for talking to us, and good luck for the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Hey guys, so we're down here at the JPC tent. They're actually getting his Super Street Outlaw car ready to go. You can see this thing is pretty freaking serious. He only gets one qualifying run today, then he goes right into his elimination round. You can see all the prep work that goes into a car like this. This car is, I'm telling you, really serious. I mean, look at the freaking turbo on this thing. Pretty sure it's bigger than my head. So we're talking almost 2,000 horsepower out of this car. I'm super excited to see this thing run. We'll catch up with him after his first qualifying run and see what kind of numbers he's putting down. That's racing. That is racing. Hey guys, so we finally caught up with Justin. We tracked you down. We just watched his qualifying, a badass qualifying pass, I must say. How do you feel about it? You feel pretty good?
Yeah, it's good. It's our first good hit so far on the new combination. We went testing, but this is actually the first and quickest hit we've ever made in the car.
I was gonna say, it's your fastest, you're saying, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's obviously a hell of a machine. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, the engine's an RGR 340 cubic inch. It's got a 88 millimeter turbocharger. A lot of AEM components. We want to, science this turbo out and see how fast we can go with that. And then we haven't thrown all the power we can yet, but we still have a lot of power that we can throw at it.
All right, guys, I'm here with actually a good buddy of mine, a guy named Keith. What's going on, brother?
What's up, buddy?
Pretend like we're just meeting for the first time,
Right.
Keith and his wife, Nikki, huge fans of the Mustang, really big in the community, and lately NMRA, correct? You guys are really going full steam ahead. Nikki's going to be entering Coyote Modified, correct?
Yeah, she's going to be running Coyote Modified.
And we're actually standing in front of the car.
This is a 2013 Mustang. It's going to have a built block. It's going to have a JTB Vortex supercharger on it, TH400, strange rear end and brakes, and then UPR suspension. That's the basic stuff.
I think probably the best thing about this story is this is your car, but Nikki wanted to do a full-on race car. You didn't want to maybe buy another one and go all down that route, so you said, just cut mine up. Let's make it a dedicated car.
Right. When it came to whether we're going to cut up Nikki's premium or my base, it was kind of an easy decision.
No-brainer.
Plus, I get more out of being a pit crew than the actual driver. I get more out of watching my wife race.
Plus, you get to drink beer more.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, what's better than watching a girl beat the boys?
That's awesome, man. All right, guys, we're here at the Ford Nationals with a very popular car as of late. You all probably recognize this thing from the video. Our 10th anniversary giveaway sweepstakes for AmericanMuscle.com. We're giving away the Mustang, we're giving away the brand new 2017 Ford Raptor, and that fully loaded race trailer with a bunch of tools from Eastwood to one lucky winner out there, so you have to enter once a week, and I'm sitting next to 1/3 of it. That's right, their 2015 Mustang GT custom orange car, 2.9 Whipple under the hood. This thing laid down over 720 horsepower to the wheels. That's good for over 850 to the crank. This thing is an absolute monster, and we left no stone unturned with this thing. It only takes one entry, so go enter as much as you can, enter weekly, and good luck to you. And in the meantime, we are gonna take this thing to the track sometime very soon here, see what kind of numbers this thing can put down, so stay tuned for that. But again, an amazing car, an amazing build, and it could be yours.
All right, guys, so we're here with the famous Nikki Frost. So you are actually running in the all-female shootout, which American Muscle is sponsoring this year. But the first thing I want to say is you always change up your car. You got something new going on this time, though, don't you?
I do. We finally completed our hologram wrap. It's a wrap by Vivid. As you can see here, when the light hits it, it has this really cool hologram effect. A little bit different. I'm a product of the 80s. I like that kind of stuff. It's kind of unicorny, you know.
Well, it looks great, I'll say. I see you have a V3 on this thing, but what are some of your other mods that you've got?
For the most part, the car is really stock. I have the Vortec V3 SI supercharger on it. It was actually an R&D car for that kit. I have ID1000s, but it's mostly stock internals otherwise. It's dynoing at about 605 for the rear, on pump,
And
on 93.
You race on pump, right?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is a true street car, and I do like it for that fact.
You've been doing this for a little while, right? You've been racing the all-female shootout for a couple years, right?
Yeah, my first all-female shootout was 2014. It was actually my first sanctioned race, and I was lucky enough to be runner-up in it, so I got pretty spoiled.
So speaking of that, the all-female shootout runs off true street rules, which means you have a 30-mile drive, right?
35 miles.
35-mile drive, okay, and then you come back and you make 3 passes, right? And it's an average of those 3 passes.
Correct.
And then the 8 fastest females then move on to heads-up racing, which is tomorrow on Sunday.
Yeah.
Woo! All right. She got second hard. Did you hear it? All right, so we had a lot of fun at Maple Grove Raceway for the NMRA event, and it looks like you had a lot of fun with Gary as well.
Fun is one way to put it for sure, but no, listen, Gary's a really cool dude and he definitely enjoyed what we did to his car, so that's all that matters. But guys, don't forget, 10th anniversary sweepstakes giveaway is still going on, so you have to enter to win the 850 plus crank horsepower 2015 GT behind me, 2017 Ford Raptor, and that fully loaded race trailer. Go to AmericanMuscle.com/win for your chance at this crazy package. But in the meantime, we're out of here. Thanks for watching, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.